the link and also. Hello, George. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. UK iPhone and regional competition is over, right? Right now is over.
So yes, regarding iPhone, the 2026 edition, we still run it. We run it locally. We started in December, I think last month, and we're gonna run it until uh, in different stages. So the first stage right now we are in the gain applications, and our applications window will close end of February, I think on 27th, if I'm not wrong. Following that, we will assess the application that we get, and we have our local final in UK, in Birmingham, in England, which we're gonna have one winner, which will be sent to the European final for the iFRN Europe in Edinburgh in June. So the European competition ends in June,
Okay.
when we will find out the winner, which will go to the IYNC Congress in France later the year as well. Uh, how does it work? Is that iFRN Europe sends two teams to France for the global final. So we have the year from last year, the competition winner from last year, which is Italy, alongside the winner from next year, which we'll find out.
Yeah, fine. Bangladesh is very like a very small country. Our region is not too high, so I think we also can complete our total regional competition by June or July, as we start very late as compared with you.
No, no problem. Do you mean by that the competition of Bangladesh or the Asia or which one exactly?
I cannot get you. Can you? I regional like full Bangladesh.
Okay, so this is Bangladesh region.
Yeah, Bangladesh origin. Yes.
Okay, that's nice. Yes, because I was asking and wondering if there's also Asian YG, IFRN or something similar.
Oh no, there is no AYGN currently. It's separate. Like India have another YGN and we have another YGN and Pakistan have another YGN.
Yeah, yeah, I understand now.
There is no central hub like Asia, but South Asia, right?
Yeah, I see. I see. I think if it's the chance to dialogue, you could also join. You can join forces together and have a continental final as well. If
Yeah,
your colleagues from other countries from Asia are happy to do it, yeah, it's more challenging, and the more the merrier, as we say.
yes. Okay, I think we are gonna start. Let me wait a minute. Jeba, you can start now.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Very good evening to you. I would like to welcome you all in the Keynote Session 3.0 organized by Bangladesh Youth Nuclear Congress. Not every journey begins in the spotlight. Some begin quietly with questions, persistence, and vision. And over time, those journeys grow beyond borders. Today's session is dedicated to youth vision in the international community and career opportunities in the nuclear industry. A conversation about how skills evolve into careers, how local beginnings can lead to global platforms, and how young professionals can shape their future with intention. It is our privilege to welcome a speaker whose own journey reflects exactly that path. Joining us today from the UK and Europe, we have Mr. George Caliment, I4N 2026 Europe Lead, an EC&I engineer specializing in nuclear decommissioning at Assystem, and a grants committee member of the International Youth Nuclear Congress. George has been actively involved in international nuclear networks, bridging industry experience with global youth leadership. Through his work across engineering projects and international platforms, he has seen firsthand how vision, collaboration, and the right opportunities can shape meaningful careers in the nuclear sector. We are honored to have him share his insights with the Bangladesh Youth Nuclear Congress community today. George, on behalf of BYNC, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Welcome, and the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for introduction. It was very great to meet you guys and accept your invitation. I know that we have been discussing about organizing this session for a while now, so I'm happy that we finally found a time together to discuss and meet. Uh, Again, thank you for introduction, and I think I would like to start by thanking the organizing team again because I like these kind of initiatives. I like when I see people in nuclear, youth especially, being so open about discussing and about finding ways to collaborate and just bridging the gap between different countries, different industries. Because at the end of the day, we work in the same industry. We're all colleagues, and we are in the same situation more or less. We have many things in common, probably more than we imagine. Hence, it's very good to have dialogue. It's very good to uh, discuss further and keep in touch as well. And more than that, it's also very good to find how can you help each other grow together. Yes, so I would like to talk with you through my expertise about what I believe I would like what's important for me to share from my career so far, and what I would like to share in terms of the best lessons I learned and probably the best practice I have encountered in my career so far. So I'll probably start with uh, what I appreciate the most is that it's important to be curious, especially in this field in nuclear. So I remember when I first started my career in nuclear, I started by, I'll probably be honest with you, by accident. I was not sure exactly if this is what I want to do or not, but I started by being curious. And by being curious, I was that I took the job when I started. I worked in a nuclear power plant. It was a nuclear power plant in UK remotely, to be honest, but it was something unique, something different and niche, which attracted me. And I, from that moment, as an engineer back then, still I'm an engineer, but back then I was a junior engineer. I uh, got a chance to be getting myself into depth in this industry and met people who share my career as well, slowly by slowly. But what I want to emphasize on here is that I always uh, knew that something more is going on. That sometimes I was feeling that probably this was my right career for me, that maybe I have to change, but I had a faith in the possibility of which nuclear offers, and I stick with it. And since then, which was 4 or 5 years ago, I I've been working in industry as an engineer, growing and learning, which I think it's very important because as you probably you guys see in your career, there'll be changes. There'll be moment when you want to rethink about what way you can do or other ways you want to get the trajectory inside. And one thing about nuclear, which I think it's very important, is that you have so many opportunities of areas to work on. You don't necessarily need to be an engineer to work in nuclear. You can also be a lawyer, and you can also focus on areas like uh, legal of nuclear. You can be a researcher and work in research as well. So you can be working in academic institutions as your professor does very well, or regulatory bodies or consulting firms. There's endless opportunities for this. It's only about you going there and seeing and chase them. Sometimes they come randomly in your face or in your situation, but you have to chase them sometimes and just go for it. One thing about nuclear, which I think is also easier and very interesting, is that as mentioned about the work environments, such as firms, academic institutions, or research development centers, is that you can, in question of other industries, I think you can easily swap between those, and you can easily uh, change career paths midway without much friction. And as mentioned, in nuclear, it's definitely more than what we do in our lives, in our own niche, in our own jobs.
Hello, George. Are you presenting any slide?
Right now, yes, I can do. I can do.
But it's not showing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was showing. Sorry,
Uh,
I'll share my screen here. Sorry. Yes. Sharing. Yes, I was sharing this slide. I wasn't sure.
yeah, it's not showing.
It's share screen. What about now?
It's perfect.
Yes, yes. I was presenting these slides before. Sorry, I didn't realize they were not on. But as mentioned, I was discussing about the work environments, overviews of nuclear. So nuclear power plants, research centers, bodies, consulting firms, and academic institutions. Going next, I want to talk with you guys about the career growths and advancements in this industry. So as we know, probably most of us are entry-level, mid-level roles. We start from somewhere and we have to be having patience with this. I believe that this changes have to start with step by step. It's important at this stage of your career to, from my point of view, my best advice I can share to you is to find a mentor or someone you look up to, someone who's probably in a senior leadership while you're still in the entry level or mid level role. I believe that this advice would help a lot. It helped myself a lot. I have few mentors which I'm in close contact with, and by no means it advanced my career more easily with the opinion they had, the experience which they could share with me. In nuclear in general, as mentioned earlier, there are different paths and ways to approach it in terms of your career future and so on. I put four emerging opportunities which I believe are the most interesting right now in the last phase of nuclear. So I think in the world, there's a lot to talk about fusion still. The research of fusion is going on. It's still part of the nuclear, maybe not nuclear fusion, but still nuclear fusion, which in the next years, as we're gonna deliver our careers, it will go higher and higher. Then we have the smaller reactors, where are probably the hottest topic of this of our industry right now, with different companies working on deploying them in Europe or other parts of the world, in Asia as well, in America. Waste management innovations. This is a topic which, again, I think it's important because although technology about decommissioning and waste has been evolving tremendously in the past 20 years, I think the way we treat waste, the way we process it, and the way we view it shifted also in the people minds as well, in the normal citizens' minds. So at least in the UK, we have a shift in the mentality of people, the waste. When you ask people or someone about nuclear waste in the past, they'll probably be scared or be confused about what it is, or they wouldn't want it near their uh, town or region. But in the past years, there have been more open discussion about what this implies. For example, waste as a solution can be put in a geological disposal facility, similar to what they have in Finland, Onkalo. And this innovative solution, or being put in canisters or in silos or in, let's say, skips which are made of materials, innovative materials. Those are also new solutions that can be deployed. And this shift in mentality of people being understanding what it means and how much it can be put in the same place. This things helps people understand better things about the waste management. And for future, as we know, the waste is only going to increase. So it's a hot topic. And last but not least, I think another great emerging opportunity is the medical and the industrial application. So in this way, I think anything regarding, for example, in the likes of isotopes or radionuclides or radio medicine, it's in a continuous progress. Those areas, I think, are one of the areas which probably get looked over recently, but it's a huge potential in this, and there'll be always need for uh, nuclear application in solving disease like cancer or any human diseases which only can require radiometry. And then I want to discuss about the challenges and considerations in having the career. So as we know about nuclear, and I know it about since I started my career, it's all about safety and standards and following these standards, which helps not only yourself but the people around you. So uh, where I work in my company, we have this saying that we are responsible each about the safety of ourselves and the safety of the people around us, because this is how we operate, and the safety mindset starts from yourself. So it's important to understand the standards that are in place in your workplace, either it's your nuclear power plant or research lab, or let's say in a another environment. uh, as we work in nuclear, do our career, it's important to understand the risk around us and how you mitigate them. So any hazard, any risk we have while working in a nuclear power plant in terms of the access, the ingress, how we protect ourselves from radiation, or how we handle the and mitigate the risk, it's crucial to reduce the potential bad results or accidents. And of course, it's a act as a strong straight layer toward the safety. And of course, last but not least, it's uh, important to have those regulatory frameworks, standards, and risk assessment and mitigations throughout all our nuclear operations, which we work on in nuclear power plant, for example, or any kind of nuclear cycle, to ensure the safety and the lawful of these operations. Also, we work in nuclear. We know that nuclear is a green energy. We are here to also help protect the planet and to enhance and create a better and safer environment for our future generations. So we are here to address the waste management we talked earlier and reduce the environmental footprint and improve the sustainability of the energy sector, which can be driven by nuclear solutions, as we talked earlier. We are having the ethical consideration in nuclear use. So we use the nuclear technology in a safe, transparency, and risk minimization way. In this point specifically, this is where I think collaboration that we have internationally helps a lot. It's crucial that we understand what we do and what others do and how we can share those lessons. So, for example, this use and transparency of safety guidance and safety frameworks is crucial when we discuss with other colleagues from internationally. We need to understand what they do, how they do it. Maybe they have a better idea than us, and maybe we can help them. This continued dialogues, it's crucial. And public perception engagement, as we talked earlier, regarding the waste management solutions, it's crucial as well. As mentioned, that it's as we as young generation, I think as well have this duty of being vocal, being an advocate for nuclear as well, and having a contact with the public. And the public doesn't need to be, for example, an institution or a group or school. It can be more than that. It starts from our families, I think. It starts from our friends. We can have this discussion with them and explain them what we do and what the misconceptions about nuclear are in place and how we can challenge them. And from there, every day, everything this comes when it comes the moment, of course, or the chance to advocate for how our industry improves the public. It's very worth mentioning to it as well. And going back to the YGN activities, the young generation activities, I think going in schools, going in academic institutions, going to university fairs, having a presence there, it's also a good sign as well to start the trust of the public perception. Yes, when it comes to starting, if any of you are just starting your career now or are just in the very beginning, I have few advices in here as well. So those barriers to entry in nuclear are sometimes present because, as mentioned earlier, by the big uh, legal framework or by the big, let's say, issue when we start. For example, you know that nuclear is sometimes a slow industry, sometimes things takes time, but it's important to know that you're not alone and that you also have a network to share around you. So it's important to not you'll be included in, you can be always included in nuclear, and there are support programs online as well about this. You have the Great Bangladesh Nuclear Congress here. We have the International Youth Nuclear Congress as well, which act as a point of contact for you to contact other YGNs around the world. Uh, in nuclear as well, there are a lot of scholarships, online courses, and partnership with institutions. And in terms of scholarships and online courses, those are available also uh, online and with different institutions. I think I'm not sure about in Bangladesh specifically, but most of them are available online from universities from around the world. If you want to do an awareness course or like a level 1 course to get an idea of how to start with, that's also an option. In terms of scholarships, straightforward. Uh, we are we are know about scholarships, but in OINC we have the grants funds, which can be used also for you to access the funds, which we're going to discuss later about as well. And in this, with this fund, you can have your own justification about how to use the funds, maybe towards a project or maybe towards personal development. There's other ways. It's all about application. And last but not least, when you start, it's important to have the connections with industry events, mentoring, as mentioned earlier, and professional organizations. It's I'll put the emphasis again of knowing that you're not alone, that there's someone in the world that we're in the same shoes as you in the beginning of this career, and that is there. And usually, from my personal feedback in this industry, everyone approach and everyone I talk with, even though I didn't know them, but we work in nuclear, were very open, were very happy for a chat, and it's like a snowball. Let's say if you imagine it, you start by a little, and then it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's important to do the first step, which is usually the hardest. But then the reward, it's big. Then in next chapter, I want to talk about the nuclear engineering career. So usually what are the pathways? I think I'll go shortly to this one. I think everyone of you knows that you start by having a STEM degree from high school, then bachelor's, which can be in nuclear engineering or not. For example, myself, I'm an EC engineer, so my background it's in nuclear, it's in electrical control and instrumentation engineering, which is of nuclear. But during my experience in my university and then doing my graduate job, I work in nuclear power plant, so I could easily uh, make the switch of working and being more specialized more on nuclear. So you can start working this career regardless of your degree. Mostly in nuclear engineering as a degree, it's a great degree. I have friends who graduated this, and of course it's more and more focused on our industry. But the transition usually is easy from any STEM degree to nuclear engineering. And yeah, last but not least, having the certification in place in graduation, that's important as well to show the expertise for the future job. I prepared some strategies to search the job as well. So I think if you want to pursue the career in nuclear, or especially in a in engineering, especially in nuclear, it's all about knocking on the doors and applying and sending over the applications and knocking on doors. In nuclear, it's the same. I think it's even better if you get start earlier by knowing the people before. Just mentioning network associations is very good to be engaged early and people to remind you and remember your face, remember your name as well. It takes lots of time, and it's probably like a life advice I give to you, just to be there out, make yourself being remembered by people in a way. So that will put you advanced tremendously. Then they put you advance tremendously in your job hunt. And of course, always have the technical knowledge prepared in what you like to do, in what you like to proceed. I know that people have different passions. Some people like engineering or chemical, mechanical, civil, whatever it can be. I believe that uh, knowing your technical expertise as well puts you in a good position as well. So focus on. I think if you focus on these two, especially topic of knowing what you like to do and being good at what you do and having a network in place, they will just propose you to the success of your career from the beginning. Yeah, this slide I prepared, and it's probably, as mentioned, again, going into the growth and lifelong progressive career and learning. Uh, Another aspect which I think I didn't mention from this slide is that the innovation awareness, as mentioned on the bottom right. So in this way, I think it's important to know that things move in nuclear. They move sometimes slower, sometimes faster, and it's important to have that innovation mindset and to work with the idea of making your work even more easier. And this comes only by innovation and being in the mindset of adapting, evolving technologies. As we talked earlier, there's things that happen in nuclear, in the background, innovating, and I think that this topic it's important because it connects people around globally. As we discussed earlier about innovation for nuclear initiative by BYNC, which is in Europe and around the world, in Asia, happening in Africa, in South America. These kind of initiatives stir the uh, innovation, and they steer the mindset of something which of finding solutions which people probably which people with from different background of engineering and nuclear can bring together to create solutions. So I strongly agree getting involved with in this kind of initiatives, not necessarily with innovation, but with anything that uh, community in international nuclear do to have a presence there. Yes, so I think that was my last slide regarding the career path. Do you have any questions into the career path until we move on to the international vision? Or
Here is a question from the chat box mainly. Question from Mahbub Morshed. He said, "How can I position my career to be at the intersection of nuclear energy and AI-driven grid management?"
how can I push? Yes, yes. Yeah. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the question. Yeah, I see it. How can I? I think with nuclear energy and AI, it's still emerging. So as we know, in the past few years, we have this great announcement by Amazon, by Meta about the development of AI. And I think we are now at a stage where things are growing and just starting and kicking off. So right now, as most now, where uh, there's not many courses or let's say I think modules you can take on AI in nuclear specifically. I think the best way for you to put yourself there is to combine both expertise. So if you have a specialty in nuclear energy or nuclear engineering, you can I think my advice, you can have this curiosity to study a module probably towards AI, or maybe if you follow the trend of the AI in nuclear, which is usually right now of being used of the combining for the power generation, so the small modular reactors combined with AI, uh, that can be a way, I think. But AI in nuclear is much more than SMRs or reactors. AI in nuclear can be implemented in many ways. I think you mentioned about grid management. That's a very interesting topic. I personally heard about it, but I'm not having much expertise into this one. It's probably the best to combine those two in terms of your expertise, and then uh, chase it to the chase it online, or chase it to the right companies who do this. Or even if you are very, let's say, innovative or driven by curiosity, you can come up with your own solution in this area, and uh, apply to a competition, or make a presentation about it, prepare a presentation about it if you're passionate about it, and people will see it, and you'll be approached by the right people uh, to talk with about this topic. The next question: for students and young professionals from countries with small sectors like Bangladesh, what concrete steps makes us competitive for jobs in the global nuclear industry? Yes, this is a very good question. I believe that the world is unlimited when it comes to this. I think what makes you competitive and attractive, it's the experience, I think, and the knowledge. I would say, as everyone else, the technical knowledge. I work with colleagues. I working nuclear project in UK, international project with a lot of colleagues from Bangladesh as well. So they were there. We were present internationally. I think it's about, as mentioned, chasing the uh, exact topic they like. You enjoy doing it in nuclear, the exact role, and then create the network around that, and connecting people on LinkedIn or in any social media ways with people which are where you want to be. So, for example, if you are curious about the global nuclear industry, about a particular project, or about a particular, let's say, uh, country, the best to start with is by seeing how you can get connection in that area, in that company, and from there have a starting point. And the rest is just up to you and up to your technical knowledge. Then Hassin asked, you mentioned earlier to build professional network strategies. Which specific industry events organization would you recommend as the most effective for building high value connections in the nuclear sector? And how would you differentiate professional strategies with innovative participations in various events? Yes, I'll start with the specific events organization. Uh, I think in nuclear, each country, major industry, a major country in the world has their own nuclear uh, society or youth nuclear society, which are available to contact. They organize events, webinars, online sessions. Us in UK, the YGN, we organize the webinars. We have 4 webinars per year, and we invite everyone to join it, which is followed by an informal chat. After this meeting, I'll forward you the whole details about it, so you can share it within your network as well. I believe that attending the webinars which you find online. Also, there are the sessions which are highlighted on the IAA website as well. They are good sessions to interact firstly at the first start. And in terms of organizations, IYNC, I recommend it strongly to have the conversation and open the dialogue with them. That we can start as member of IYNC. I'm happy for you to help you and guide you as well if you have questions about how you can get involved to our events or our programs. As mentioned, iFriend is being an IYNC program, so it's a good start to build that high value connection. Next question from Noor. What nuclear engineering specialization should undergraduate students prioritize if they're interested in long-term R&D careers? Yes, I think undergrad students need those. From my point of view, this is not general. I think anything in terms of PhD, R&D careers, research and development, those are with the academic institutions, definitely. So I think at university, specializations can be anything. So from my point of view, you can start with a standard degree. It's important then to see what kind of masters that your university offers in R&D. I think that's if you start with the general knowledge about nuclear or engineering, then you can go into any kind of R&D career. So it's more still about what you like in the beginning, and then seeing what type of PhDs or R&D or master they have. I think each degree can take you to R&D. That's definitely a choice you can take regardless of the way we started. Yeah. And then another question: what's the biggest mistake newcomers make regarding safety cultures versus the technical skill? Yes, that's a very good question. Thank you, Morshid. I think uh, usually when we start this industry, we get sucked in by the names and acronyms and definitions. And even the safety culture, which should be always fluid and easy, it's usually full of words we don't know exactly the answer to, or the have different meanings. And I think the biggest mistake sometimes is that we assume that the technical skills also cover the safety culture, which it's a mistake because we can all be very good engineers, very good in our fields, mechanical, civil engineering, electrical. But we need to understand that in nuclear, when we work in this industry, we have to be cautious about the environment, about the location where we are, and you need to make sure that you need to be aware every time. So the lack of awareness sometimes I think is the biggest mistake. It happens. You learn it as you go. You learn it as you work in a nuclear power plant on a very regulated environment. But it's good to make sure that you follow the procedures, you follow the rules of the specific environment, and then I don't think there'll be any issue. Uh, Next question. Looking forward the future, if you could implement one fundamental change within the global nuclear enterprise to better serve and empower next generation, what would that be and why? Wow, I like these questions. It's very, very deep. I would probably, in this scenario, I'll probably still put the emphasis on making let's say, this is a personal opinion. So I really believe in hands-on experience and in experiences where we can share between us what we work on. I believe that one change I would implement is that making the exchange programs between nuclear workers and nuclear people, young nuclear people between countries more accessible. So, for example, if someone from US or someone from Europe or someone from Asia can have secondments more easily between them, so they can work 6 months in one month in another country, or people from Bangladesh can work abroad as well for secondments in exchange programs. I think those is something which I will probably, if I could, of course, put more emphasis on, because it combines hands-on experience in engineering, which is very important, making new connections, and also getting to see a new culture, a new safety culture as well of how the nuclear works in the twisting country. So that's not necessarily a change, but probably an improvement I see if I'm thinking right now as a first thought. Yeah. Thank you. Uh, yes, if there's no any more questions, I'm happy to carry on and discuss about the I4N and the competition itself globally, and also about the IYNC and opportunities we have into IYNC Grants Committee, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Continue.
No problems. Yes. For this part of the meeting, I don't have a presentation. I'll just go through it because I think you guys met Alice and Dinara before, so I think they offer the presentations as well about the iFriend. I'll guide you through the grants committee and what we do and what we specifically uh, are doing now to help you guys and help the full international community growth. Uh, Before I start, I have a question from Sabrina, I think. Yeah. What career paths exist beyond power plants for nuclear engineers? Very good question. And the answer is limitless. As a nuclear engineer, you're not limited to working just in a nuclear power plant. It's a great experience to work in a nuclear power plant. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. It's let's say rich in experience in terms of your progression in career and knowledge. But beyond that, you have uh, also research R&D, as your colleague mentioned earlier, which is a path you can take. You can go into the academic institution as well. So the professional in teaching as well, and train, helping people understand nuclear as well, become a lecturer, teacher. You can also become a consultant in a consulting firm to offer expertise on design. Uh, Other interesting part is the medicine, so nuclear medicine, which covers the medical application of nuclear. Uh, you can also focus on fusion. So let's say if you are interested in that nuclear fusion as well, which is a topic in development right now, which is currently developing as well. So I think those are the main areas outside nuclear power plants. There are definitely many other more which probably don't cross my mind right now, but there is plenty. It's just for you to go see what you like, chase it, and get it. Thanks. And going back to the IYNC, the grants committee. So as member of the grants committee, I'm happy to present to you guys the opportunities we have into the IYNC as a whole. We established this committee a few years ago, and we offer grants and bursaries for projects. And sometimes I think people, if they have an interesting idea, we have the National Network Startup Grant. We have 4 grants in total. The Network Startup Grant, which help you guys start your own YGN if you have not applied for it yet. We offer you the opportunity to have the monetary means to start your YGN by. It can be used in any way to start it by having in-person meetings, by buying the merchandise, by starting the paperwork. That's one of the grants. The second grant we offer is national project grants. So this is capped at $5,000, and we offer this grant to a national project, which we believe that will bring value to the worldwide community, starting from your own country. So they should significantly contribute to the goals of the IYNC at national level. And the encouragement is to give the collaboration in this project with another young generation network from another country. So if you wish to apply for it, there's possibility for this one. I'll put the link in the channel with all the available grants that we have with IYNC. The next one is the regional project grant. So it's same, up to $5,000 for all the regions in Europe. So Asia is of course included in there. This regional project can be used towards creating an international I4N competition similar to what we have in Europe. So for example, if you have a close dialogue with your neighbors or colleagues from other countries from Asia, and you wish to create an international nuclear innovation competition, this grant can be used towards it. It's only about application and having the right people to know in other countries if you wish to create this competition. And the last but not least, the international project grant, which it's up to $7,500, and this it's viewed as having, for example, if you guys wish to organize a event like a congress, international congress in Bangladesh, or international congress, or a meeting, or let's say a session in person with guests from around the world, this grant will be towards it. So the international project idea of this grant, it's to create an in-person event, something similar to a small IYNC event, which you can have guests or people around from internationally. In a nutshell, those are the 4 grants that we have. As mentioned, I think we have 2 cycles for assessing them. So we're gonna start this. We started a new cycle in the new year. So if you wish to apply to this for grants, if you have an idea or a suggestion, please don't hesitate to do it. Even if you have a grasp idea, get in touch with us and we can help you develop that idea. We want to invest it in use. We want to invest this in the opportunities that you bring, and we're happy to communicate in this way, as mentioned. Yes, this is regarding the grants program. Uh, Next, I want to talk to you as well about our opportunities in UK. So, the Young Generation Network UK, part of the Nuclear Institute, it's always happy to have partnerships and always happy to discuss ideas, and we are happy to uh, discuss ways we can collaborate. In this way, I want to put emphasis on the webinars that I discussed earlier with you. So in our young generation organizes webinars through the year. Last year we had 4 webinars. This year we want to have 4 or 5 more, and would be interested into having guests. So if you wish to host a webinar for us, guys, we're more happy to have you abroad. If you have an idea of a topic or a theme for that webinar, I'll let you guys know after this meeting the contacts of my colleagues, and we can arrange something into the year. We host webinars with most of the YGNs around the world, with the Spanish, with the Americans, with the, I think the last one with the Greeks. So we'll be happy for you guys to get something organized together into this year. We'll keep in touch with us if there's interest. And this but not last, yeah, I want to let you know that uh, the YGN UK, it's here. We have our uh, website and our I'll probably put a LinkedIn, which is the most easiest, the access one in the chat right now. We're always open for dialogue. At least myself, I'll be there for you to discuss if you come with proposals to us. We know that you are beginning at of your journey as the YGN, and probably right now you guys are thinking about what's best next for us to do, what's the next initiative we can have. I believe that we can help you with a structure if you wish, or ways you can, for example, uh, compartmentalize your activities, or let's say have a different kind of initiatives. How we work as a YGN UK, we have subcommittees. We have a number of 7 subcommittees, and each subcommittee has a lead. And above all our leads, there's 2 vice chairs and 1 chair. So coming from up each chair, 2 vice chair and 7 committee leads. And each committee runs specific activities. So one committee is focused on international, other committees focused on outreach. For example, going to schools, going to university fairs, bringing the awareness about nuclear in the country. Internationally, it's about our international cooperation. Other subcommittees about the industry links, the companies, and so and so. It's a full structure that we have, and we're happy to share with you if you wish to implement it as well in your organigram or organization. That's something we're happy to share with you, and I can also get my colleagues involved with you, and we can meet them as well in understanding how you can implement this and the lessons learned to help you guys thrive. So yeah, I think that's all for me for now. I was so happy to meet you guys and present you my viewing on how to chase the career in nuclear. And yeah, I'm again ready for any other questions or discussion you want to have or curiosities. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences with us. I want to just question some informal things, just like what inspired you to get involved in the International Nuclear Network?
Yes, I think very good question. Thank you. It's about thinking outside the box. So, especially in the domain of nuclear, sometimes when I first started my job, I remember a nuclear power plant. As mentioned, it was remotely, it was something very far away. I asked my question, what's more than this? Because surely the industry is much more than my nuclear power plant and much more than my country. And I asked myself these questions, and I started by doing my own research online, and by chasing this bigger thing outside. And yeah, I found it. And since then, I've been very happy to work within it and act like a bridge between my country and other countries in discussing nuclear best practices, and also about sharing experience and the culture that we have specific to our country. I think always being curious, that's a thing which always will gonna happen in your career, and always ask yourself why. You can ask yourself, we have this in UK, we have this saying, the five whys. Ask yourself five times why, and you have the answer to any question you have, or at least the way to the solution. And I did this when I was in nuclear power plant. Ask myself, oh, why this? We have this regulation in place. Why this and why that? And I got to the solution that in the end it was a big round. It was a big international community. So that's how I got involved, by asking myself question and then contacting the people and just knocking on doors. In the end of the day, attending the events, attending the youth generation events as well, as you guys have in Bangladesh, young generation. I started by attending those events as well, by being curious, being open, and again, by being constant and putting a constant work in place. Yeah.
One more question, that is, could you share one memorable experience from your journey with YGN?
Yes, I think the most memorable experience I have was the international trip I organized last year to Finland. So last year, I organized a trip for the UK colleagues to Finland, visit the Olkiluoto site in Finland, which comprised of the nuclear power plant, Olkiluoto 3, and the geological disposal facility. So the waste facility which they had in Finland, where they reported the waste. That was a great experience. It was a week-long experience. We met with the Finnish colleagues, the Finnish regulators, the Finnish counterparts of our industry. It was insightful, and organizing that trip from the beginning to the end was an experience, a project management experience, I would say, invaluable, because after that meeting, after that trip, all the attendees, we were 20 of us, we appreciate more the industry we work on. We appreciate that the international community is there. People exchange network numbers, networking. They got to know other colleagues. It was just beautiful to see how a small initiative can just create such a big impact on long terms, on people's lives and also on people's careers.
One last question, and that is, what advice would you give to someone just starting out in the nuclear field?
Yes, thank you for the question. I think the best advice is that if they're just at the beginning, I like to, if I could tell them today for a time, that you're not alone. You're surrounded by colleagues, maybe not close to you, but they are there. They're easy to be accessed and they're easy to be contacted. Also, to know that if things start step by step, that it starts small and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as the time grows and as time you get your experience and your network. And probably just to get yourself out of your comfort zone as well. If you see something you like to attend or an event, try to make it possible to attend it or put yourself out there. Just make sure that you are there and people, at least you're easy to be contacted and you contact people. That's my biggest advice, because you need, during your career, you need people around you. You need people, even inside your company. If you wanna get the full experience of working in this industry and all the benefits, I think it's very good if you uh, get to know the people, because we made industry.
Thank you very much for your valuable
My
speech.
pleasure. Always
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Now I would like to request Altaf sir to say something to our to us.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me this honor. And also, I'd like to give thanks to the speaker for his valuable keynote speech for our young generation, especially for nuclear community. We are happy to see you. I hope that this communication and also the encouragement will be continued in near future. However, I would like to know about the collaboration, how our student can get the collaboration with the International Young Congress, especially the Nuclear Congress, to the keynote speaker. May I get your some information regarding the collaborative work, either in research or any other way or any other platform? Is it possible?
Yeah, I'm happy to have this discussion as well. I think you have my one of your colleagues, I think, can share with you my email, personal email, and I'll send an email personally after the meeting,
Okay,
and we can
thank you very much.
initial
Thank you.
discussion.
Okay,
100%, yeah.
I'm giving my personal email also and also my official email in chat box so that later we can communicate for the betterment of our student or future nuclear engineer, what we say, so that
Yeah,
they will
yeah,
be encouraged in this field, especially nuclear
yes,
community. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you from
my
our side.
pleasure.
Thank you, sir, for your question. We're at the end of the session. So I'd like to thank again for sharing your valuable thoughts, sir, and experiences with us. We truly appreciate your time and inspiring words, which will motivate us in our journey ahead.
No, it's my pleasure as well. And if you, anyone in the chat right now or in the meeting, I think if you, I'll happy to contact with any one of you. So my inbox is open to discuss on LinkedIn. So please, if you want to have a particular chat with me, reach me out. I'm happy to discuss. If you guys are in the beginning of your career or have questions and you need some guidance, I'm here for you. I'm easy to be contacted as well. And yeah, I would like to see you guys achieving your careers and being involved in nuclear. And probably I'm going to see you again in future events. I'll, as mentioned, put you in touch with my colleagues as well from the UK-wide journey regarding the future webinars we would like to organize together. So probably, yes, we'll see each other very soon, yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. George Caliment. It's my pleasure as a president of Bangladesh Youth Nuclear Congress to host you. And we are really excited to join IONC event 2026 in Avignon. I hope we will meet here very soon. So, yeah. So, I would like to end the session here.
Yes, I'll be there. So I'll be in person there. So it'll be very good to see you. Thank you. Yes, I got the email in the chat. I'll write it down and I'll be in touch quickly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. George. See you and nice to talk to you. Later we can communicate further.
Sure. Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Shami, thank you very much, all. Thank you all. So I can leave, right? It was nice your session. It is really nice. So you can continue next. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.
So we can end the so can I end the session for today?
Yeah. Again, thank you for this one. And again, if you wish to contact me on WhatsApp, I'm there. So we can keep in touch. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.